topic. It is examining digital safety in social media space. As we all know, in the age of social media, currently almost everybody is actively on the internet. So it is important that we, as social media users, use social media carefully without things that would trace us backward in the future. Joining us this afternoon is a legal practitioner, a social media law expert. He is none other than Barrister A.B. Roberts Esquire. You're welcome, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you, Barbie.
Welcome. So to begin, what exactly is digital safety?
Okay, first, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
Digital safety is basically about those practices, cyber practices
Okay.
that people undertake to ensure that they live their lives for the digital space or in the digital space without any problem.
All right.
Yes, just like you traditionally have your safety ways,
Yeah.
you live in such a way that there will be no accident, there will be no problem. So also when you live, because you have a life, you have a life you live in the online space.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So in the online space, you also live your life in such a way that you will be safe. So those practices that you undertake, that you carry on, basically constitute what we call digital safety.
All right, sir. So, would like to know who should practice this digital safety. Is it just the public figures, social media influencers, or does it apply to everybody?
Okay, so you see, that's very interesting. Most people don't know before you have a social media account to your name.
Yeah.
Of course, you must have signed up to what we call a click wrap agreement.
Mhm.
Every person who has an account with any of the social media platforms, whether Facebook, Twitter, and what have you, such a person must have signed an agreement with that platform
Okay.
that you call a terms and condition. You can
Yes.
call them digital terms and condition. Now it is called a click wrap agreement because you do not sign using your actual signature. You sign by simply ticking the box.
To agree.
Yes,
There
and
is
then you
agree and disagree.
Yeah, so the moment you agree and you become a user of the Facebook platform or any of the social media platform, you're not expected to abide by the terms and conditions laid out. And some of these terms and conditions, of course, a good number of them touch on the kind of content you post, the kind of things you do, and all of that, and so on.
All right.
Now, these rules, these terms and conditions, so to say, make up all the rules that regulate your existence on the social media space. And it is not just for influencers, it is for anybody who owns a social media account.
Okay.
So a content basically it's that material you post online. Even if you just say, hi, how are you? How are you guys doing? I love you all, right? As short
is a
as that
content.
statement may be, it is a content. Content is not just for content creators,
Okay.
and basically by default, every user of a social media platform is a content creator.
Oh,
Even though
yes.
the term is used mainly for influencers or people who have enough followership, right?
Yes,
Maybe you have
yes.
up to 150 followers. Even if you're not posting content every day, the mere fact that you have a social media account and you're not a locker is somebody on the social media space who is not active,
All
right?
right.
But even if you're a locker, once in a while you do make posts. So for every post you make, whether it's a picture, whether it's an audio, whether it's a video, by implication, you are a content creator because you create content. Content creation is about creating content. And the act of creating content simply means posting online. It's as simple as that. Only that there are people who will kind of, do it as a profession. Those who do it for money to gain revenue and all of that, who make money out of their followership and all of that. Those are the
Yeah.
people who are into the
Content
profession called
creation.
content creation. But by virtue of the fact that you're a social media user, by default, you are a content creator because you create content. So back to your question, every person online, whether you are into content creation as a profession or you are a content creation by default, that is to say by merely using the platform, every one of such persons is expected to practice digital
safety. All right. So when we talk about social media data, what exactly does it entail? What is social media data?
Social media data basically has to do with all the data, that is available online. Every data, every information online, make up social media data. Social media data, because it's not just online but connected to the social media.
Okay.
So now you must be able to understand the difference between social media and every other platform. You know, first the cyberspace. Cyber has to do with online or the digital space.
True.
By simply using your phone to send a text message, you've accessed the online space. Because when you send a text message, it will go electronically. It will get to
the
the
receiver,
recipient.
yeah.
Yes. And you know that even today, people can perpetrate fraud even online, right? So somebody can perpetrate fraud or scam you by just merely exchanging text messages with you. So such a crime is also called cybercrime, right?
Yeah.
Because it's on the online space. But that's not social media. If you go online, for instance, you browse on Google to get information, you are on the online space. We have data there, but that's not social media data. So therefore, social media data is that data that you can find on a social media platform. And what makes a platform social media a social media platform? A social media platform is a platform or a digital platform where people can create content, people can post, people can create information, people can give information, people can receive information, and it doesn't end there. There must be the element of conversation or communication
going on. Yes.
so
true.
if you post something online and people are not given the opportunity to react, people cannot react, people cannot comment, that platform is not a social media platform. The mere fact that the society can get information on that platform doesn't make it a social media platform. There must be the element of conversation or interaction. This can be done by simply making use of your emoji. Reacting.
Yes,
The moment you react, it means you've spoken. In fact, merely clicking a post by saying, I like this post, it means you've already spoken.
Yeah.
All right? Whether you use the anger emoji or the sad emoji, what have you,
You've given your feedback.
So these elements or these features must be in place for it to be considered what? A social media platform. So every data, right, that is found on a social media platform, whether Facebook, Twitter, what have you, TikTok and all, these data all together make up what we call social media data.
All right.
Social media data. So a very good example, of course, would be your name. Your name is your data. Your phone number is your data. Your email is your data, date of birth, and all of that, including your facial recognition data.
Oh, yes.
That's what they call facial recognition data.
Verify it's you, and then you have to.
Yes, exactly. Then maybe one other one I would have before I round up on this question would be your content. The content is also your data.
Okay. The kind of things you post.
What you post, all of those make up data. In fact, it is so strong that some platforms even sell, they sell your data without you even knowing. In fact, maybe as we go on, we'll talk a little about the other things we'll talk about that will make it clear.
All right. So we would also want to know what are potential risks associated with this social media data?
Okay, risk. Giving your data, for instance, without you knowing. A very good example, for instance, is what we call phishing.
Okay.
Yes, phishing is, of course, is spelled Phishing, but it is pronounced as a normal fishing, catching fish. And when you want to catch a fish, you definitely will put maybe a hook, like a bait for the fish to eat or swallow. People use that kind of skill even online. So how do they do it? They can create a platform, maybe let's say a website, where they want to steal your data. The website, they can maybe say federal government is giving loan to people, or they want to whatever. So put in your detail. They don't have these details. Maybe let's say your BVN, there are some of your details that cannot be found online. So what they do is that they can post this link maybe on social media platforms like WhatsApp. People will just share it, it goes viral. And you innocently, you see your name, you put your name, you put your phone number. Ordinarily you can expose some of your data online, such as your name, your whatever. But some persons can decide to hide their phone number.
Oh yes.
But when such a link is given to you, right? They say give your name, give your phone number, because you want the money. You start putting all of those data. For instance, also your BVN, your NIN, and all of that. The moment you put those information there and they collect those information, what happens is that they've collected your social media, they've collected your data. If those data are actually online, they've collected those data.
Okay.
And that's just the simple truth of the matter. And then they can use it for whatever they want to do.
All right.
So phishing is a very good example. This is one of the risks associated. And there are other things too as well. Even the kind of things you post online.
True.
And so on, yes.
So what practical measures would you advise that individual social media users take to protect their social media data?
There are a lot of steps that can be taken or measures. We sometimes call for some of those of us who are into social media law practice. We call it the DY. Some of them will call them the DIY measures.
Okay.
DIY stands for, of course, do it yourself. So these are steps that you do take yourself to ensure that you protect your data and you stay safe online. A very good example is, for instance, maintaining a very strong password.
Okay.
Very important. There are some people, they don't know how to create password. You're opening an account and they say put your password. You are putting 000. Maybe like my name now is AB. Yeah, 000 AB or 00040 then AB. They can easily be predicted. Or let's say I'm using my phone number in addition to my name. If a scammer wants to hack into your account, the first thing the scammer will do, if he's going to try any password, will be your phone number, will be your name or your name.
Oh, yes.
You can't use, password things that they can easily trace or easily predict.
Okay.
So, and then we have different ways of, one of the ways you make a very strong password is by mixing numbers with alphabets and also symbols.
Yes.
And also making it very long and very complicated. All right. Then again, another thing that maybe we can also consider is, logging out. All right. If you know you're very careless with your phone, ensure you always log out. In fact, put your password in your head and don't save your password in your device.
Okay.
Yes. For instance, we have what we call password manager. If you're using Google Chrome, the moment you put your password in some of these social media platforms, a platform like Google, Chrome rather, will ask you, a browser like Chrome will ask you, do you want to save your password? You do say stuff like that.
Yes, I do.
The moment you say yes, it's now in your backend.
Oh, yes.
You understand? And some Facebook can ask you, do you want to stay logged in? If you're the kind of person that you're the kind of person that easily forget password, or just ensure that you don't put in your
password
your
on
password.
those.
Yes. If you can, try as much as possible to put it in your head, so that anytime you want to enter, you just put and then you maybe a hair and then get in. You understand? Because the moment you save your password, the moment you do it in such a way that by just merely clicking one click, you can enter your social media platform.
Yeah.
If your phone gets missing, a fraudster gets hold of it, they will easily access your account.
Because once it asks password, the password
exactly. They don't need to even ask password. The moment they enter the platform, they will just access your account immediately.
Okay.
You understand? So what happens is first thing first, you ensure that you password your phone and use a very strong password. Now, in passwording your phone, preferably you can use your thumbprint, because the beautiful thing about thumbprint is thumbprint is a biometric data. The beautiful thing about biometric data is that it cannot be copied or compromised easily, but numbers can easily be compromised. So if you lock your phone with a thumbprint, they cannot break through. Okay. Then you ensure that you also employ the same measure also in protecting your password on your browser like Chrome, so that if your password is there, assuming it's even there, they cannot directly get access to that your password. You understand? These are some of the steps you can take.
All right. Quite interesting. So I believe we have been learning a whole lot about how well to secure our digital space. And again, so many people hear about digital footprint, right? But the problem now is that they don't fully understand it. Since we have a practitioner like you in our midst, would want to know, what is digital footprint about?
Okay, digital footprint basically is about your activities online. It has to do with should I say, more like a map of your activities. Okay. Now, everybody has a track. For instance, before I came here, I came from somewhere. Somebody can be able to monitor me. Somebody who is following me will know where I'm coming from, where I'm going, and where I'm going to, and all of that until the day ends. And he can give a good record of where I've gone to. All right. These activities I've been involved with throughout the day and all of that, and everything I do make up what we call my footprint. When you take it online, it's the same thing. Okay. Everybody has a digital footprint. In fact, if you go to your Facebook, for instance, your backend, you will see all your activities, where you've reacted, what you've posted,
Okay.
and so on and so forth. It also has to do with the kind of post you make, your niche. There are some people, if you go to their Facebook page, for instance, they love religious stuff. Okay, there are some people, they love bullying. If you go to almost every comment before, they love insulting. All of these make up your digital footprint. Okay, so it is very, very important that you have a very safe digital footprint, because sometimes it could even affect you in the job. Some jobs you apply for. For instance, there was a stuff I applied for in the US. Right? They asked me to provide by Facebook what they call it, account. They said provide me. Yes, of course they will definitely go through and see the kind of post you make, what you do. If you're somebody who is a bully online, they will know. And you can lose some jobs simply because you have a very bad or negative digital footprint. So it is very important. It's not just having an account online. You have to be very careful of the kind of stuff you post, the kind of sites you visit, the kind of places you go to, the things you do, and all of that. The kind of platforms you are a member of. For instance, if you are a member of a porn site, a porn group, all right, and sometimes the moment somebody enters that group, you will see the members there. You are there as one of a member, and let's say, for instance, you are a member of such a group up to 10. Somebody already knows that this is who you are.
This is who you are.
Yes.
All right. So how exactly do you arrange it for us to understand how well a social media user can intentionally this time create a good or a positive social media digital footprint?
By minding what you post, the kind of stuff you post online, the kind of things you react to, the kind of things you even share.
All right.
Then again, there are some measures you have to take. Some people don't know how to, maintain a very good account. I'll give you an example. Now, Facebook, for instance, I use Facebook a lot. Why? Because it's one of the most advanced social media platforms. And not just only that, it's one of the platforms I use as well. And I'm very active there. You know that if somebody makes a post, ordinarily, that post appears on his timeline.
Yes.
Ordinarily, it's not expected to appear on your timeline. But if you are tagged, it's supposed to, that post or content will appear on your timeline.
Your own timeline, yeah, true.
A post can only appear on your timeline if you permit it, and you can do that by looking at your privacy setting. If you allow any post to appear on your timeline, it will appear on your timeline. There are some people, if you go online, you find out that for over, let's say, 5 months, they've not made any posts. All the posts on their timeline are posts of other people
that tagged them.
And they are very negative, funny, crazy posts. Some on bullying, threats, and all of that. Very crazy posts.
Okay.
You are not, the creator of that post, but because you permitted those posts to be online, anybody who goes on your timeline, the person can even have a wrong impression about you.
True.
You understand?
True.
So these are some of the things we have to start looking at if you want to maintain a good digital footprint. Okay. You ensure that you don't allow certain posts to appear online on your timeline, whether made by you, not made by you. The kind of things you share, you have to avoid. Okay. You have to just be very careful. It's not everything you react to. I'm telling you, even the mere using of an emoji can seal an agreement.
Oh, true.
Yes. Let's say, for instance, you maybe both of us are chatting online, and I say, okay, I want to buy this product from you. From you, the amount is 20,000 naira and all of that, and then you say, okay, you now say, 20,000 is too small, and I say, okay, can I offer you 15,000 naira? And then you send me emoji love,
meaning
or you give me thumbs up. You have agreed. It's as simple as that.
Oh yeah, true.
So it's not just when you speak. You have to also be careful of the kind of meme you post. Right? The kind of there are a lot of things, not just emoji, emoticons, hashtags. There's also what they call emoticon. The kind of emoticon you use online and all of that. So these are some of the things you have to consider.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much. Again, beyond safety, right? We've spoken about safety. There is digital wellness and well-being. We would want to know, what is that about?
It's simply about how it's still connected to safety anywhere, but then it's not just, it's about how mentally okay you are online. You see, the digital space is it's a very big space, a very complicated space, a very sophisticated one. And you have to be very careful about the kind of things you consume. There are some things you consume online, they are capable of changing you, refining you, disturbing your psyche.
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay, for instance, because a post is online, you just go and then you're watching a video that they beheaded somebody. What do you think will happen to you?
You begin to
It will start working on your psyche. That's the simple truth. So it's not every video you see you watch. It's not everything you see you watch. And of course, these platforms have a way of even sometimes blurring and even putting a flag on certain posts to a kind of warning to say this post is dangerous, gory pictures and all of that. Don't open. You have to just be very careful. Okay.
Right.
Then again, too, if you see that somebody is a bully, 1, 2, 3 is very insulting and it's disturbing you or very intimate, block the person. There's a reason why you have a block button. Block. Some posts, some comments, you delete. Some you hide. You unfriend some persons, if need be. These are some of the measures you take to ensure that you are. So, simply what I'm saying is that, apart from being safe online, you have to also consider your mental, your digital health. Just like you have your traditional health, you know, about taking your drug and all of that.
Yes.
We also have your psychological well-being. So anything that will make you not to be well online, that will affect your presence online, you avoid
it.
And this has to do with digital wellness and well-being. It's as simple as that.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes.
There is disinformation and misinformation, two different things. But I'd like to know, we would like to know the difference and how both of them can affect a social media user's digital well-being and wellness.
Okay, so if you know, wrong or false information is one of the big problems we have online.
Yeah.
People don't mind what they consume. So when we talk of disinformation and misinformation, we are simply talking about one has to do with you intentionally giving a wrong or a false information. So you know this is a false information, but you are spreading.
Decided to share it.
Yes. The other one has to do with you are not aware that this is a wrong information. You are not aware, but you believe that it is true, and so you're spreading that information.
All right.
Okay. So, and that is the reason why, in that case, there is no intent to mislead people, and that's the reason why, for someone like me, as a social media law expert, we've advocated that people should not be penalized for spreading falsehood. Okay, if the falsehood you spread has injured the reputation of another person, let the person follow the civil route and not the criminal route. So we shouldn't criminalize falsehood, because we believe that there is what they call the right to lie.
Okay.
Yes,
the right to lie.
The right to lie. That every social media user has a right to lie. Now, I am not justifying lying. I'm only saying that when somebody lies, are you getting me? Lie in this context, whether intentional or unintentional.
Okay.
People should be relatively forgiven for not saying what is not true. Because by the time, lying is one thing that people just do anyhow, just are not. If you say you want to start criminalizing people for lying,
almost every
you know what is going to happen. Only a few persons will be just
remain.
Like even adultery. We say no. Okay, don't criminalize fornication. It's their personal decision. Okay, except what you've told, the falsehood has injured the reputation of another person. So we are saying that the right to lie implies when you give an information or you spread an information unintentionally thinking it is true, you should be penalized for doing that. That is on the one hand. The right to lie also should apply in such a way that, well, yes, you intentionally did it, but if the harm is not so much.
Yeah.
So let me give a very good example. There is election online. Let's say election is going on. PDP, APC. Maybe PDP is winning by 5,000 votes.
All right.
But a PDP supporter, he say no, he's posting a different figure online. The question is, such a lie, how does it really affect the society? Because INEC at the end of the day is the umpire that will declare. So people should not be penalized for simply saying those things that in trying to support their people and all of that.
All right.
All of this constitute the right to lie. So right to lie, like I said, is not about justifying lying. It is about allowing people, not that we are justifying falsehood, but that when people, even though people spread falsehood, insofar as it does not have a damage on the society and all of that. So these are some of the things we have to consider.
All right. And finally, how does cyber caution relate to content creation, especially for the young influencers and young content creators? How does the cyber caution affect them? How does it relate to
Cyber
them?
caution, of course, is about, it's still tied to digital safety. It's still tied to digital safety. It's about exercising caution, precaution, caution in everything you do. You're not careless. There are a lot of people, a lot of persons, especially the young ones, the so-called, is this Gen Z also?
Gen Z.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gen Z. They are fond of, they believe that okay, I can speak online, so I can do as much as I want without any caution. It's not correct.
Okay.
In fact, we as lawyers, we believe that where your right ends, the right of another person begins.
Begins.
You do not say you would violate my right simply because you have the right to speak. You will not say you will tarnish my image because you have the right to speak, speak rather, or the right to speak, exercise freedom of speech also. So what I'm saying in essence is that when you post, you make content online, or you generate content, or you create content, you should be very careful of what you post. The information you are giving out, first thing first, is it the truth about the matter? Have you verified the truth about it? You don't just post anything or share anything because people are sharing it. You have to ensure you check whether that information is correct. Because, the moment you start posting false statements online, or you start posting a false, or you create false content online, with time, people no longer trust you.
Yes.
You lose a form of credibility. That's on the one hand. Secondly, that thing you want to post, what is the effect? Does it affect another person? What effect does it have? You don't just come online and say a lot of things. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. It can affect. Somebody can even kill himself because of what you say about the person.
True.
So all of this must be taken into consideration.
Then,
okay, take for instance, back to even the issue of falsehood, verifying information and so on. You are an influencer. You want to influence a product. You want to talk about a product so that people can buy that product.
Yeah.
Do you know that because of you, a lot of persons can go for that product? So if you are advertising or publicizing a product and that product has a negative effect on the people, or the product is not true, you can even be sued for negligence.
True.
So it amounts to false advertisement. And so it's not just skit making. You do skit and all of that. No, that's skit you're making. Are you sure that the thing you're advertising
does not have
negative impact on the people, or it is not something false? These are some of the things we have to consider.
All right, sir.
Yes.
It's been really, really amazing with you. Thank you so much, Barrister A.B. Roberts, for sharing your expertise with us. We truly are grateful. Personally, I have learned a lot, and I believe you there, our viewers, have also learned so much. So just know that before you share, you have to verify. You have to think before you click. Just as our barrister has said, this has been Chat Online with Naija Live Television. Do have an amazing day. I am your host, Barbie Mkparu. See you next time, and stay safe online.